Hi there everybody, it's Halsey from slimandstylish.com and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Thank you for joining me today. Today I had a bit of a shock. I went onto my YouTube and I found out this one card wonder video. And I did this a year ago. I did this last Christmas, I think it was. And it surprised me by how many views it's had. It's had so many. It's my largest view count, and I thought to myself, do you know, I did like that project, so I'm going to have a go and do it again. Alright, so this was using some old sets. I'm going to be using one of our newer sets, which is the Christmas Gleaming stamp set. And with it, it's got some cute punches. It's got a smaller bauble and a larger bauble. And it's got some beautiful, beautiful paper. Look at these. They're all foiled and gleaming. And on the other side, on the matte side, they're like this. How cute's that? And what I like about it is some of our foil paper is really, really thick. It's more like card. This is still paper, so this is still bendable and pliable and won't make your cards ridiculously heavy if you put it on them. Okay, so what I've already got and done, because in the previous video I had already made the card tops and sentiments, so I've done exactly the same. Ready for my 15 cards. I've got 15 of these. These are the punch outs of the baubles. I have heat embossed them with the bronze embossing powder, and I have used a little sprinkle on the sides. That is with Pretty Peacock and the paper is Night and Navy, and I've got 15 of those. To create these I use the largest stitched square, and then I cut out the blue card at 2 3/4 inches or 7 centimeters. In addition, I've took the sentiment and I've punched those out with the 1.5 circle punch. In the previous video I put a backing on the back. I haven't done that with this one because I figure this is looking a little bit intricate itself and I didn't want to really detract from it. And then I have my 15 card bases here. They're all in very vanilla. So I'm going to get started. I've got my instructions. That was a shock to me. I know down the side of my desk I've got some 12 by 12 sheets of paper, the ones I fell in love with, so I rooted through them. And yes, I kept the instructions for the one sheet wonder. You don't have to pay too much attention to this. I'm going to photograph it and put it on my blog, and it's already on there from the previous project, but I'll put it in a new one as well, so you can work out where all the bits go for the cards. So I'll pop that up at the side so we can be cutting. And let's get going. The paper stock I'm going to use, let's have a look, is going to be either one of these three. Purely because I would have used this one because I like this one. But when you do a one sheet wonder, if some of your bits end up being sideways or anything else like that, you want a sheet that is all the same from every angle. And these three are like that. So do I want to... Oh. The problem is I love all 3 sheets of paper here. I'm thinking that looks probably one of the better ones. Oh, that one does have all 3 in. Oh, video, I should have decided this before. Not that one. There we go. It's either that one or that one. And I really should have decided this before I did it. And it's going on to... I'm going to go with this one. There we go. Decision made, because it's got the Pretty Peacock and the Night and Navy in it, so it makes sense. I've got my trimmer. Now, I believe there's a new trimmer coming out soon, because this is now not very current, or not current at all. But there's going to be a new trimmer coming out, and I've been told it's quite amazing. Right, 3 1/4 inches is the first one. So 3 1/4 inches, or that's just over 8 centimetres. It's 8.2 centimetres. 3 1/4 straight up. and then 3 1/4 again, so 8.2 centimeters again. I'm lying. 2 inches by 5 centimeters. I am so glad I caught that before I did it. So that's my first bit. So that's this corner here. I'm just going to keep going until I've cut all of the bits out, and I'll just do it as one go. So this one here is going to be by 5 inches and by 5 inches. So they're both the same. But what I'm actually going to do is, this one here is cut slantways, but it's got about 1 inch off there. So the trimmer's quite good for doing this. So I'm going to line that one up, and I'm going to line this up here at roughly 1 inch. I'm lying. I'll line that up 1 inch and line that up 1 inch, and that's how you do it. What have I done here? Yeah, so I want that there and that there. That's it. See, it's been so long since I've done it, so I'm lining that one up at 1 inch there, and that one up at 1 inch there, roughly. I think it's going to be half 1 inch by the look of it. There you go, 2 centimeter line. So your grid line on there, that's where you want to do it, so it's like that. That took too long to work out. Far too long. Hopefully that's going to be the only blonde bit of the project, fingers crossed. So we've got those, we've got that one. The next bit again is at 3 1/4. So that's this bit here. And again, I'm going to have 2 at 5 inches and 1 at 2 inches. So there's my 1 at 2 inches. There's my 2 at 5 inches. That's those done. Now for this one, I'm going to have to turn the paper that way so I can cut it at 2 inches all the way across. And this bit here is 2 inches and 2 inches as a square, and then the 1.5 inches at the end. So let's do the 1.5 inches first, and then the 2 inches and the 2 inches. And those are those pieces. Then I want these 2 strips here, 3 1/4 and 3 1/4. So I'm actually going to do that on this side because it just lines up a little bit easier if you do it on that side. And I want 2 strips of those. Which we're going to ignore because I've just done it the wrong size, I think. Yeah, I did. I did 1 at 1/2 inch and 1 at 3/4 inch after telling you that it would be easier. So I'm going to have one of them that's slightly bigger. That's good. Let's alter these then. Have I got a pencil? Here we are. So this one here I've done at 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. What happens when it does not go to plan? So these ones here are all going to be by 1 3/4 inch. No, they're not. Ignore that. This one here will be by 2 3/4 inch. I'm just doing that so that on my blog I know what I've told you. I was too trigger happy. So 2 3/4 inches then. And that should leave us with 1.5 inches. So the 1.5 inches are being cut at, there's 2 at 2 inches, so there's 1. There's 2. And then the others are at 1.5 inches each. You know what the fun bit's going to be is remembering how I positioned all of these on the cards. And this is the bit that's now 2 3/4 inches instead. Oh, it's not, it's 2 1/2. Oh, I have cut those straight. Ignore me. I'm being very silly today. We've had a bit of a disjointed day, and I think that's why I'm not really with it. So being a bit stupid, that means they are all the same as the previous measurements, and you can have just ignored the first 10 minutes of this video. So there we go, all cut up and done. So I'm going to start by folding all of these and burnishing along the score lines. This is the thick Very Vanilla. We have the thinner Very Vanilla as well, which is what I used for the punch outs and for the backing papers of the other punches. I like using the thick Very Vanilla. It's like the thick Whisper White. It's a really good card base. I think somehow using thick card on your card bases, not only does it make it stand better, but it just feels such a better quality, and the Very Vanilla is really silky finish. So to me it's quite a good quality card. And I was someone who didn't use Very Vanilla very much, and I never used to buy the DSP. I buy all the DSP for my paper shares, but I never normally keep or buy Very Vanilla DSP for myself because I like white. However, recently I've done a bit with Very Vanilla. I made some of the laser cards from the Bird Ballad suite, and they were Very Vanilla, and actually I loved them. And it had the lace ribbon on, which I think I might put on this card, and that was quite a cute ribbon, so it's actually become a bit of a favourite now. And these foil papers were just so gorgeous, they had to be purchased. Right, let's just grab my snail. And off we go. So it's trying to remember, there's 15 cards, where all the bits and pieces went. I think that one's finished. Let's try this one. Aha! I had, you might have heard me mention it in quite a few of my videos, I had a retreat recently, so I never know when things puts back, if it's been finished with or not. Oh, I missed a cut. So in these ones that I got confused with, these should have also been cut by 5 inches. But I got confused and didn't do it, so let's do that now. And what I'm going to do, because I can't remember my video completely as to where all these pieces went, I'm going to use the big pieces first to create my backgrounds, and then work out what little pieces are left to go with the cards, because I know it should make 15 cards. Otherwise I'm going to have to change the credit at the end to say it makes 14 cards, because Helen got confused. Often happens. This foil, it's beautiful. So that's 3. 4. 5. See, this is what I meant. If we had a cardstock that had gone the other way, so say for instance these were snowmen and they were the right way up on these ones, when we got to these cards they'd be the wrong way round because they were the other half of the card being stuck the same way. If you see what I mean. I'm not describing things very well today. To be honest, I might have stopped and restarted this video when I made my mistake of 1/2 inch, but felt I'd already committed, so I'm going to keep going, bloopers and all. So there's 4, 5, 6 of them done. What else have we got? I've got another big sheet. This was very wasteful of me. I totally could have got another 2 cards out of this, but it is gorgeous paper, isn't it? There we go, 7. Yeah, 8. 9. It reminds me of, we had like an Egyptian sweet. Was it an Egyptian sweet? Moroccan sweet? We had a sweet anyway, not that long ago. Eastern Promise sweet. That's what we had, and that was like this. So let's lie out the cards I've got left. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I realise you can't see all of those because I don't have a big enough desk. So I think you're going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. Yes. Oh. Okay. I'm thinking that one because I can't work out what I'm doing there. Ah, ha, 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 ha. So yes, all 4 does go on that one. Right, so. Yeah. Totally prepared for this, as you can see. It was just, I was so shocked. I mean, it was one of the first videos I did, that One Sheet Wonder. And it was gorgeous paper and gorgeous ribbon. I remember being so upset when that black and white striped ribbon went. But yeah, I mean, I looked over on my YouTube and I had like thousands. I mean, it was at least double what my next video views was, and I thought that's been a very popular one. And then I remembered how I do enjoy One Sheet Wonders, because I think Stampin' Up papers are gorgeous, and I think they're a waste if you just use a little bit of them. So it's quite nice to have a whole group of cards, especially if you go into a craft fair and people can buy sort of 15 together that all have the same theme. So these strips run down the length of it like that, and they're all the right size now. I don't even know what I was thinking earlier when I was measuring those. It was not, I'm just going to say I wasn't with it. Wasn't with it. And it wasn't like I was out last night or up early this morning or anything. I've had a lazy day. I went for dinner with a few friends last night. To one of my favourite places, actually. It was lovely. But because it was a Friday night, I'm filming this on a Saturday, and we had just gone for dinner. It was very noisy, and then a live singer came on about an hour into the dinner, and she was quite good, but she was a table away from us, so none of us could really talk to each other, and I was home quite early. So these 2 left. So I think, if I remember right, that was like that to create a background to that. Yes, it was. One. Oh. It's a good thing about snail, until you actually push down on it, you can still move it. So if you've made a mistake like I just did, you can put it back in the right place. Did everybody notice that the clearance rack had been updated through the night? It probably won't have been through the night by the time you get this. But yeah, the clearance rack was updated with some retired goodies on at like really discounted prices. I know I'm obviously filming this ahead of time, so do head back and have a look, because there might be still some discounts left. There's normally stuff always on it. I just get updated a few times during the year, so if you're subscribed to my blog, you'll get the notifications of when that happens. There we go, 15 cards. So you've got those ones. Cute. So now I want my toppers, which are here, all my sentiments, and I'm going to need some dimensionals. So I've got a new sheet here because I think I'm going to get through quite a few of them. Almost new sheet. Right, let's get going. Oh, it's so much fun heat embossing these. I did think about stamping them and then blending them, because we all know that I have a blends addiction, but I decided against it in the end and use the heat embossing. So I'm going to try and balance this circle as close to the actual image that I can. So it's like that. There's one. These ones I'm going to do all the same. Have you got a favourite DSP from the catalogue this year? This one is, like I said, this one's very nice. There's also the Frost one. That's got silver foils through it. But I like the other side, the matte side. It's like Frosted Woodlands. It's actually like a picture on the back of it. Very beautiful. If you want to see any of these, ask me for a copy of the catalogue. Probably be the easiest thing, and I'll post one through to you. There is also one paper share left. So I do paper shares every year of all of the papers that are in the catalogue. We normally have groups of 4, and everybody gets a quarter of the cardstock for a quarter of the price. However, this year I finished and I had a couple of groups of 4, but then I had a group of 3. So I've still got one paper share left. If you want them, let me know. I can send you the details of what's in it and the prices and everything. One, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to make this a 17 card wonder, you could just chop that in half. But it is beautiful paper, so I know it's painful to cut them. There we go. That's 6 of them done. Actually, I can see why one sheet wonders are quite popular to do, because this would be all my family Christmas cards done in one go. thought to myself, I mean, normally I try and personalise them, but we have the gorgeous swirly alphabet now, so I could just do a bronze swirl of each of their initials and pop them on the side, and that would be done. In fact, that's a plan. The bronze foil, the calligraphy dies, the initials. So my brother, for instance, here's a David. Put the D out and put the D on there. There we go. Family Christmas cards. Done. I'm just going to save time and lay these out and put the dimensionals on them already, actually, I think. It's like playing cards. Yeah, I haven't been very clever today. I actually thought I was going to a wedding today. So one of my very close friends is getting married, and I've been asked to do a few things, and I kept saying to people, no, I can't because I'm going to the wedding. I'm off to Charlie's wedding that day. No, wedding. And I woke up this morning and I looked out the dress that I was going to wear and the shoes. And yesterday I left work early so I could come home and do my hair and get all ready. And then just by chance I looked at the invitation this morning to see where I was going, and it's next week. So if you think the thing I've done with the trimmer is the most stupid thing I've done today, you're very wrong. I almost ended up at a wedding. And what was lucky is, in my head, I was 50% sure of where I was going, so I could have quite easily just headed off there without checking the invitation, and then I would have looked like a right wally. I did think to myself, most of my friends are normally quite excitable on Facebook, and I thought, no one seems to be very excited about Charlie's wedding, you know, no one's messaged her or anything. And that would be why. Wrong day. So, really, I suppose that should have pre-warned me, and I shouldn't have really started filming. But there we go. These things happen. I'm now starting to think if I should put some ribbon on these. I think I might get the glue dots out and put some bows on them. Oh, I'm going to go at the bottom and put the sentiment at the top. Change it up. Live dangerously. There we go. I'm thinking I've got the very vanilla ribbon that has got the gold thread through it, but I don't think that would really work because I've done the rest of it bronze. Or I've got the vintage lace vanilla ribbon. There is a ribbon that goes with this suite in the catalogue, but I hadn't purchased it, so now I feel a bit silly. Tell you why else I'm feeling silly. I have 3 cards, and I have 2 of the blue things, but I know I definitely counted 15 out when I did them, so I've dropped one or lost one. Oh no. So this video isn't going to be a complete video, but I've already done one of those, so I'll show you what I would do for that one. And I've now found another one. How have I found one of those? So I've got too many of those, but lost one of the... I told you I am not having a good day today, and you can tell, can't you? It's just, I'm not working right. One. Oh, yeah, there. And there. And this one doesn't have a blue thing, but it should have a blue thing. I apologise if you could see my hair. I was just trying to look at the floor and see if I dropped one as I went through them, but I don't appear to see one, but I know I counted them before I start. We're going to ignore that. It does do 15, but that one, I've actually already done one that was like it at the start, I think it was. Maybe I didn't. Have I done an extra card here? One? Oh. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I've done 16 cards. No, I haven't. I've done 15. I don't know. There's definitely 15 cards and 16 is 16 cards. There's 15 cards in my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 cards. So that's why I haven't got an extra topper for that one. Do you know, no one who has watched that video previously has messaged me and said this actually makes 16 cards. But here they all are. All 15 of them, with this one as 16, so I'll have to make myself another backer for it. And there we go. A rehash of an old video. And that one. Thanks for joining me, everybody. See you soon. I'm glad you enjoyed the previous one. I hope you've enjoyed this one just as much. And this will go on my website, and hopefully my instructions will be a bit clearer than what I did to you in the video. Thanks for joining me. See you all soon. Bye.